From birth, the children of the North hear tales of the end of the world. Ragnarok. When wolves will swallow the sun and moon, when the stars will be snuffed and the earth will tremble, when the gods will face the tribes of giants in a final battle that will ravage all the 9 worlds. All-Father of the gods, Odin, has always smiled upon the human race. To the most devout of his followers, he entrusts stones inscribed with his personal rune, a mark of his power in the human world of Midgard. These rune stones are protected by only the most valiant of human warriors until the day they die and are taken by the Valkyries to fight alongside Odin at Ragnarok. Of all creatures, only one does not fear Ragnarok. The evil god Loki. Bound deep in the bowels of the earth by Odin himself, only Ragnarok will set Loki free to have his revenge on gods and man alike. And it is only the power on Midgard of Odin and his runestones that holds Ragnarok at bay. People of Wotankeld, we gather this day to honor one from our midst, younger than any ever so honored. He is yet wise and strong beyond his years. He has carried shields in the battles at Hindol and Utherby, and aided in the fortification of this village, following the dark tales we have heard from the Northlands. Through trial by single combat, he has proven today that he is ready to take a place among the warriors of this village. Ragnar, son of Jarl, kneel here before the runestone of Odin and hear me. You must now put aside all childish things. Swear yourself to protect this stone and the village that surrounds and upholds it. Swear to stand beside your sword brothers until death, to defend this holy shrine of the All-Father. Raise now your sword and take up the glorious duties of the Odin's blade.
Ragnar! How are you, boy? I forgot myself. A warrior and a man now, aren't you? Congratulations, warrior. Lend me your aid later, warrior. The Swordmaster awaits you in the Longhouse.
Alright, I know what you're thinking. Is this Thor? Well, you're not wrong. This is basically Thor. You're hanging out with Brothers Forge Gaming, and we're looking at Rune Viking Warlord on the PlayStation 2.
Greetings, Ragnar. I hope you feel fit and ready for your final training with Hoth. Drink mead from my table to fortify yourself, my son. You must continue your studies of the ways of war, son. Wisdom will come with experience, and you'll have need of both in these dark times. Slaughter and destruction sweeps across the land, and I fear it approaches our own village. Your mother and I are proud of you, my son. In time, you will take my place and sit in the chieftain's seat in the village longhouse. Be on your way, son. Despite the ceremony, you must face both before you can truly call yourself a warrior. He awaits you in the longhouse.
If you guys haven't had a chance to play this game or haven't seen this game, very excellent game. I got a feeling instantly with these scenery right here. It felt straight like I was playing Kingsfield on the PlayStation 1 with this. Possibly they used the same engine on the environmental generation, not sure. Unfortunately, it doesn't control quite like that. It's not an FPS. I believe you can switch the view. I tend to like to be able to see the character in games when you can. Sometimes it makes the platforming a little bit easier when you got to jump around and such, which is one thing in this game. It does have a little bit of platforming, and you know, on the PlayStation 2, I grew up platforming on NES, Super Nintendo, you know, that era. So the controls were so tight back then. It was hard to adapt to some of these more modern, where you got to move the camera, you know, 3D style platforming games. For me, that transition, I never really quite made it successfully. I can do it, but I do get frustrated at times. Like right here, you know, you got to jump across these vines and do some different things where, you know, it's okay, but I don't, it's time consuming, and it doesn't come, it's not fluid, it doesn't come naturally. The progression scale of it, I don't know, maybe it's me, but I just felt like it wasn't the most easy to do type thing. And this game seems like it's going to be full of this stuff. But if you can get past that, if you can get around, like, you know, if you're not like me, maybe you don't mind that stuff. If you can get past that, or you don't care, you're looking at a very excellent game right here. A ton of fun. Has a PvP mode where you can do battle. You know, it's just an excellent game all around. The price is right. I've seen it around less than $10. Like I said, if you've got a chance to play this game or buy this game, pick this game up, grab it up. It's an excellent game. Now, I play through this for a little bit here, kind of do the tutorial, and I believe I make it to the first actual stage of the game, and it starts to get a little bit rough, so I kind of cut it off there. But, you know, if you guys want to stick around and watch the rest of this video, there is some cool gameplay stuff. Gets into the fighting, some different things. It's not all puzzles and platforming. It does have fighting. I don't believe there's a progression system as far as leveling goes, and it looks like you kind of just pick up the gear as you find it. Which is fine. So you know, maybe you could look at this more of as, let's say, a Tomb Raider style game, but with a male lead versus a female lead, and more set in the Norse mythology and fantasy genre. That being said, this game does have much to offer. Unfortunately, in this era of gaming, PS2, PS1, the backlighting was almost non-existent. You got to crank the bright all the way up on your TV to see these things, especially if you're using a newer TV. If you're playing on a CRT, noticeably the brights, you know, the colors are more mixed to where they're supposed to be. But yeah, if you are playing on a newer TV, you got to turn your brights way up, change your colors around and stuff like that. Not a big deal, but just be aware of that if you're going to be playing older games on newer TVs. There are some issues you will run into. But aside from some of the control issues, some of the camera issues, some of the non-intuitive platforming that you have to do, aside from all those things, it is still an excellent game. At one point in time, I may try to play through this game just to see what else is involved in it. I did enjoy the time I spent with it, aside from a little bit of frustration. So like I said, guys, stick around, check out the rest of this gameplay. We got a fight coming up, and we get into the next level, the first, like, real non-tutorial style level. Get a little bit into that. There's some more going on there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You've been hanging out with Brothers Forge Gaming, and we'll see you on the next run.
After the many hours you've trained in this room, one might think you would know better than to keep me waiting. You're a good boy, but don't think I can't cut a stripling down to size. You may have bested Sigurd and been named the Odin's Blade, but the ceremony at the runestone is nothing but words. Tradition says that before you truly become a man, you must face the most skilled warrior in the village. You must face me. This is the true trial. Defeat me in combat, and your place among us as a warrior is assured. Defend yourself. Little hit boy. Yes, well, I'll let you know. Well done, warrior. The trial is over, for I can see that there is no more I can teach you. I trust experience to show you the rest.
Messengers on the beach! Konrak has besieged Copperrood and their runestone is under attack. We go to their aid.
It seems that we have completed your training just in time, Ragnark. To the longship.
The people of Copperrood have been a staunch ally for many generations, my son, and their runestone stands as a proud beacon for longships coming in from sea. Konrak must truly be foolish to besiege their hall. Odin himself will reach down from Asgard and smite the betrayer for his impudence.
There, my Thane, on the horizon. It's Konrak and Sigurd.
Konrak, we fought side by side in many battles. Never would I have guessed that a Viking warrior could so betray every belief we served.
No longer will I be but a servant, old man. Not to you, not the village, not to Odin himself. Copperrood lies in ruins, and I have a mere handful of runestones to destroy before all of Midgard will call me master.
And how is it that you come to stand by the betrayer's side, Sigurd?
Whisking a man across the sea faster than the falcon flies is well within the powers of my new master. Why guard a rock when I can stand at the front of an army set to rule the world?
I have 40 men within an axe throw of your hearts. Prepare to visit hell.
40 men. I need but one to kill you, myself. I call upon the Dark One, the trickster trapped below. Call upon his powers, call them from the bowels of Midgard, and offer these, his foes, to his immortal lust for power and his insatiable hunger for vengeance. Ragnar. Awaken, warrior. The time for your death is not yet at hand. Hear me, son of Jarl. I am Odin, and know that it is the All-Father himself who has saved you from certain death. You seek vengeance upon Konrak, and I have granted you this chance. Your journey through the underworld will be rife with danger, and you must arm yourself against the creatures that dwell within these caverns. But when next you breathe the open air, you will stand outside the fortress defiled by the betrayer, the city of Thorstadt. Good journey, warrior, and do not squander this opportunity. Heed me, Ragnar. Your route to vengeance leads through this, the boundaries of Hell's domain. She will not take kindly to your presence. And as you walk among the souls of the dishonored, you must defend yourself well. A moment's weakness, and you will never again walk the sunlit lands.